you are doing well and that your week ended well. Welcome to Cooped Up Live, should I say, the daily broadcast when I just talk about whatever I want to talk about. While we are waiting on folks to join, coopedup.com is my website. You can visit that anytime. You can also sign up to get random sporadic emails from me there. I'm Cooped Up is my handle in all the social places. Would love a follow wherever you are, particularly if you're on the Instagrams. And wherever you watch or listen to this, it is broadcast on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and rebroadcast on all of the major podcasting platforms in audio format. So click the bell, subscribe button, whatever it is, so you do not miss a minute. You get notified. All that. And last but not least, please comment. I love comments. There's about a 20-second delay between the time I say the words and you hear them, though. So sometimes I don't understand the comment, so I may need some clarification on that. But like I said, I hope that you are doing well. I'm going to tell you, my day started out not great. I slept for shit last night. I don't know what it was. It was one of those where I woke up like every 30 minutes and just kind of tossed and turned. And I didn't really have anything in particular on my mind. Actually, this is so weird. One of the things that happens to me is I will get a song stuck in my head. And then rather than being stressed out or thinking about stuff, that song just plays on repeat in my head when I'm trying to go to sleep. And it's almost always a stupid, repetitive song. It's almost always a song that I only know like 6 words to. So it's the same six words going over and over and over again. And that's what it was last night. I couldn't tell you what song it was. I was so exhausted by the time I woke up this morning. And unfortunately, I can't sleep in because I got to get the kids to school, all that kind of stuff. So I got up, mustered some energy, got the kids to school. They had a field trip today, so that adds a little complication to the things. And then came back, and I laid in bed for a little bit, but that never actually makes me feel better. That actually makes me feel worse when I just lay in bed and fall back asleep and then just kind of, ugh. So I did what I always do after that. When I'm like not feeling great, but I know I'm not sick because I wasn't sick. It literally was just like a lack of sleep hangover, and it was not an actual hangover. I don't get those. I drink so much that I never get a hangover. I do what I always do. I'm like, okay, so I shut the doors to our master suite because Todd is like working one room over. Shut the doors to our master suite. Turn on the Sonos in the bathroom. Blare all of my favorite songs. I have this playlist on Apple Music called Pool Vibes. Originally, it was set up, it was just music I was going to play at the pool, but now it's just kind of where I throw everything, any sassy music that I have. Crank it up, take a long shower, singing at the top of my lungs to all of these fabulous songs. Get out, take my time getting ready, doing my hair, putting the glazed donut coating on my face, all that kind of stuff. And then just dress kind of sassy. Like that is the cure for me to feeling better. At least if I can't look good, if I can't feel good, at least I can look good, right? And so so I came in here, I did a little bit of work, and then I was just not feeling it. It just wasn't that was not my vibe of the day. And that word will come back in a moment. So I was like, okay. In the meantime, it was just like the gods wanted it. The fashion gods wanted it. I get a text from the sales lady at Trina Turk. And if you don't know, Trina Turk has a men's line called Mr. Turk. And they have a very small little section, tiny little section at the Highland Park Village where she texts me and she's like, that sweater that you had your eye on, we have it in your size and I already have it behind the counter if you want to come get it. And I'm like, ugh, thanks, Suzanne. So got in the car, went up to Highland Park Village, walked around a little bit, bought this gorgeous sweater, which I will show off soon. I don't want to spoil the surprise. And then I just drove around Highland Park a little bit and went to lunch, took myself to lunch. And I'm sitting in the restaurant all by myself. I have no problem eating all by myself. I know some people don't like it. Some people are freaked out by it or whatever. I have no problem. I have no problem going to the movies all by myself. I have no problem eating all by myself. I have no problem traveling all by myself. I kind of like myself better than I like a lot of people. Nothing vain about that. So I'm having lunch all by myself, and this woman gets up from her table, gorgeous, black, fashionable, fabulous woman, gets up from her table with, I don't know if it was her family or her friends, but she wasn't alone. Gets up and walks over to me and she says, I noticed you when I was coming back from the bathroom earlier, and I just had to come over here and tell you, you are a vibe. You are a vibe, and I am loving everything about you today. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Just took the compliment. The best way to take a compliment is just to say thank you. And I said it about 40 times. But the, hey, mama, how are you doing? The, so it made my morning. I was actually like 11. So I guess it's still morning. So, and if you can't see, I'm wearing, this is just a standard J. Crew cotton sweater over a white t-shirt, but I've got this scarf I got. By the way, I bought this scarf at Sam Moon for like $6. It's Sam Moon is like Canal Street on Chinatown, but if it were a store here in Dallas. It's fabulous. They got all the fun stuff. So this is kind of like an Hermes orange knockoff kind of thing. And then you can't see, and I've got my QVC tennis bracelet on. I decided to wear the Rolly today instead of my Apple Watch, which I normally wear. And then I'm wearing white jeans. And I know some people are going to be like, it's wintertime, Cooper. It's after, or it's not Memorial Day yet. You can't wear white. I love wearing white jeans. And I'm terrible at wearing white jeans. I mean, I'm looking down and I can already see where I've rubbed anything I've rubbed up against. And then I have my navy blue Todd's penny loafers on. Todd's being the brand, they're not my husband's penny loafers. So, yeah, I was a vibe today, and I am okay with that. Then went and got a car wash, and then did a little bit more shopping. I went down here to some of the stores here in Oak Cliff where we live. Just walked around, and I love it. I love it. So, and then I came back and I did some more work. The benefits of being self-employed. Todd's like, how, what? You just did it in the middle of the day? What? So, Sandy loves white jeans anytime. Me too. And Sean, thank you. Oh, just too much. You always look fab, by the way. And Sandy's also saying I'm totally fine eating out, going to the movies by myself. And I think people who travel a lot for business are okay with that. I'm not. I hate business travel actually, but it's just never been an issue for me. Like, I don't think people think I'm lonely, and if they do, they are sorely mistaken. And then Sean is wanting more deets on the tennis bracelet. I'm thinking about getting one or asking for one as a gift, but I don't know. So this is a knockoff. This is from QVC. It's Diamonique. It costs maybe $90. I saw Courtney Kerr, who's a big fashion influencer based here in Dallas, talking about it. And and I have the ring also that go like a emerald cut, like all the way around diamond ring. And I love it because tennis bracelets are all the rage right now, y'all. I think they're classic. I think you could wear one anytime, but they're all the rage right now, especially if you pair them with just like odd things, like just a t-shirt and jeans or whatever. So, but I left, thank you, Judy. Love the look. Yay. I left the house, or I got dressed after. So I was wearing like sweats and a t-shirt, basically my pajamas and some house shoes when I dropped the kids off at school this morning. Just pushed them out of the car and kept going. And they had a field trip. Monica's asking, where did they go? They went to so because their school is so small, like Mason has got one other kid in his grade. Claire's got two other kids in her grade. And they're all taught together. So there's like 20 kids together in the middle school. They can take field trips all the time. They are probably gone once a week on a field trip of some sort. And today, I believe they went to like an urban farm or something like that, to learn about. And it's always tied to school. It's not just like they're not just like going randomly to like Chuck E. Cheese or something. But anyway, so I was, and Sean, I'll link to when I get done with this, I'll go find the link to the bracelet and I'll put it in the caption for this episode when I get done. So, but Claire did not see me, and Claire is the one who busts my chops. She is savage with her commentary on how I dress. She thinks I'm just so extra, which my existence is embarrassing to a teenage girl, period. I secretly think she loves it and she just doesn't want me to know it. That's at least what I'm telling myself. But the last time she was just savage to me, it was right before Christmas. I was going to, with Eric and Craig, my friends, I was going to the Neiman Marcus buffet at the flagship store downtown and the Zodiac Room. And I was like, I'm gonna sass it up. So I was wearing all black. I was wearing a black black turtleneck, black jeans, my black Ferragamo loafers, and then I put a black biker's jacket on with it, which has got like all the not chains, but like the buckles and all that stuff. I love a biker jacket so much. And I'm feeling this 30 pounds weight loss. Like the funny thing is I'm still fatter than when I thought I was fat. But now that I've lost 30 pounds, I'm like, let's do this. I love this. So wore that. And then I had like a cashmere scarf with it or something. And I come downstairs and Claire looks at me and she says, "Who do you think you are in that?" I'm like, oh, brutal. She's just got away. I wonder where she gets it. So I wasn't sure what her reaction today was going to be. Because actually, I think this is the first time I've worn the scarf. But they've seen me in scarves and bandanas and all that kind of stuff, though. But I pick them up from school, and we go. They wanted to go to Dairy Queen after school, so the most Dairy Queen appropriate outfit you could think of, right? It's probably where I got half the stains on my pants. But they wanted a milkshake and a blizzard today, and popped into the Dairy Queen, and that's the first time she'd seen me like head to toe. She just kind of looks at me on the side and she goes, "It's all right." She's so gangsta. Just it's all right. So I can't decide whether that was like the ultimate endorsement or if that was damnation by faint praise. It's all right. But yeah. Anyway, so her reaction was not as brutal and savage as I expected it to be. I always joke, by the way, if you're wondering, a lot of people have said I look like Fred from Scooby-Doo. People, because I posted this on Facebook earlier. Some people have said I look like Charles Nelson Riley and Paul Lynde. I joke openly that my fashion inspiration is to be the love child of Charles Nelson Riley and Paul Lynde, maybe with a little Liberace thrown in for some sparkle. Like this is my midlife crisis right here. Just embracing eccentricity, all of that. So Sean is asking, is that a Dolly painting behind you? It is. It is. It's called What Would Dolly Do? And it came from we were on vacation, and here in Dallas and Oak Cliff specifically, there's an old church that's being renovated to be an art space. And they take pieces of the pews, and they have about once a month have artists paint these works of art on it. And my friend Emily Ruth, she texts me while I'm away, and she's like, "This you need to buy this. You have to buy this." And we were in Alaska, I think. You have to buy this. And I was like, "Yeah, buy it for me. I'll Venmo it to you right now. Venmo her the money." And so it is Dolly Parton, and it is painted by the art teacher from the local elementary school, Rosemont Elementary here in our neighborhood. And there's a little tattoo on Dolly's wrist. It's WWDD, What Would Dolly Do? Which, by the way, it was her 77th birthday yesterday. And I love it so much. And it is heavy, because it is made out of like the back of a pew. So it's like that really thick, heavy, old wood. So Ann Steele says, "Hey, Ann, how are you?" Monica's saying that Claire's compliment, was a teenage compliment. I'm going to take it. So, Ann, I was actually with you, Ann. We were on the cruise with y'all in Alaska when this became a possession of mine. Well, I didn't have it yet, but I technically bought it. So, do y'all have any rituals that you do when you just aren't feeling the day? Like I do, like I said earlier, my ritual is if I don't feel the day, I want to look like I'm feeling the day. I want to be a vibe. I'm going to be the vibe of the day. So that was it. I was talking to my sister last night. what was it? It was about our dad who died about a year ago. But we're twisted and warped, and we laugh about literally everything. The one of the things that came up in the conversation last night with my sister was the something about underwear. Somehow we were talking about underwear, and I was like, "Oh my God, Monica, I need to tell you one of the unexpected outcomes, victims of, or whatever, my extreme weight loss, the 30 pounds that I've lost in the last couple of months. I'm never going to stop talking about that. This is my Oprah moment of her standing there with the wagon of fat behind her. You have to be a certain age to even know what that reference is. But one of the unexpected outcomes or victims or whatever is I need to go buy all new underwear because I still wear the same size underwear that I had previously, and I wear Calvin Klein boxer briefs. That's black Calvin Klein boxer briefs, or I wear them white if I'm wearing white jeans. But other than that, that's it. I do not divert. I do not have sassy underwear or anything like that. But because I gained so much weight in my family, we gain all of our weight in the midsection, maybe a little around the chin, but around the midsection. The waistband on all of my boxer briefs, and I own like 40 pair. Like I can go weeks without washing clothes if I needed to. They're all like bacon. They're like old fat lady granny panties now. The legs are all stretched out. It's the waistband. I'm having to like pull them up like throughout the day. So I need to go buy some. I'm glad I was almost about to, because about every couple of years I'll do just a total refresh and buy all new stuff, new undershirts, new underwear, just kind of a restock. And I was going to do that at Black Friday this year because there was a lot of deals for Calvin Klein boxer briefs on Amazon and other places. And I'm very glad I did not, because granted, that would have only been a month ago, so it might have been okay. But the fact that all the elastic in my panties is shot, my old fat lady panties is shot, means I need to. So if y'all see any deals on Calvin Klein underwear, let me know. Now that I'm all sassy, I may venture out and get maybe a baby blue pair, something like that. I'm just not adventuresome when it comes to stuff like that, though. The basics need to stay basic for me. I used to only wear Gap boxer briefs, but then, life has gotten a little better for me, so I've upgraded to Calvin Klein. Frank is saying kids today would never get that Oprah reference. Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't. My kids might, because Oprah has always been an angel in our life. But yes, I said bacon granny panties. Yeah, I put bacon and granny panties. Fat lady granny panties. That's hot. Yes. I should do a boudoir photo for y'all. Anyway, so and then speaking of old lady things, and this is actually all I have on my card today because I just didn't really make up much today. So it's either going to be a short episode, or if y'all want to ask me anything, feel free to drop it in the comments. I will answer it. Don't make it lame. Don't make it like, I'll tell you what I'm doing this weekend, because I'll just tell you. But ask me something. Nothing is off limits, even with my mother watching. I get this warped sense of humor, this warped sense of self from my mother. Hi, Mom. I was talking yesterday about that. Yesterday, I signed up for pickleball lessons, and I'm going to take one next Thursday. And I was talking about it on the show yesterday, and I think I made it in a comment on something else. I swear, like every person who I know and ran into today, like that I actually know in real life, told me about their either pickleball curiosity, or that they love it or obsessed with it and have no motivation to do anything else except for play pickleball, and that they were afraid to admit it to anybody else. Like I am like I'm admitting it. I'm making it okay for someone young, because bitch is 48. I need to get my forehead refilled so that I look 38. But the pickleball, I'm interested in it because it looks fun. Here's my other thing. I think I have a natural advantage with pickleball, being 6.5 feet tall, this arm span, and you don't really run. You have to stay like kind of in your box, that I can get to it. And I took tennis in college. Like that was my sport in college. So I grew up playing tennis at the McAllen Country Club. My grandmother sent us to like tennis camps and all kinds of stuff like that. So, so everyone is doing it, and I'm getting advice on, but first just wear your regular running shoes, but then you might want to get some special court shoes after that. I don't even know what a court shoe is. Because I just wear regular tennis shoes when I play tennis even. And I don't know if you can hear a little squeaking. I actually live across the street from a tennis court. Never played on it ever in the 14 years that we've lived in this house. Because I don't like the running part of it. But everyone's doing it. And then even at this one store that I love, DLM, she's like, we're going to start stocking pickleball supplies. Because she was like, I love it too. I can't wait to play with you. We're going to set up a league, Oak Cliff Pickleball League. Yeah. So, but yeah, so I'm a pickleball. I'm not yet a fanatic, but I'm talking about it like I am one. Sean's given some recommendations on Mac Weldon boxer briefs. I'll have to look that up. And Tommy John also. I'll have to check that out. My favorite t-shirt. I wear long sleeve t-shirts like constantly. I like the proportions of them on my body, all that kind of stuff. There's a new line, and it's just like a direct to consumer line. It used to be called Fresh Clean Tees. It's now Fresh Clean something. I don't know, threads, Fresh Clean Threads, something like that. Because they make somehow. Maybe someone who knows fashion can explain this to me, is that how do they make a t-shirt? Like, because this is all the rage. Like I see ads for this all the time, and that makes dad bods look better. Like, how do they cut it so that it looks, is it looser here, slightly longer? Like, how did they do that? Like, that's the part that I don't understand. Because, like, I know other people, Eric's husband, yes, thank you, Eric, Fresh Clean Threads, swears by these t-shirts too. And I have short sleeve ones and I have long sleeve ones, and they all look so good. But if I go get just like a regular old Gap t-shirt or whatever, it just doesn't have the same like feel to it. Like, I don't know what it is. Also, and I'm not wearing them today, but the other thing that I've discovered with this weight loss is Spanx are for thinner people. Spanx are not intended for fat people. So when I was bigger and I would wear my Spanx, I never did much, right? I think it may have just firmed stuff up and kept it from like blobbing around. And I didn't wear them very often because they were not comfortable. I'll tell you now, I have the Spanx like V-neck and crew neck with the sleeveless ones, the t-shirts that you pull on. Which are terrifying to take off, by the way. You end up getting trapped like this if you don't do it right. But I wear them way more now because it's easier to hold it all in. Same size. Maybe I was wearing them too small before. I don't know. But same size, but everything just feels better. Maybe it's self-esteem. I have no idea. Eric does think that the Fresh Clean Threads are a bit longer. Yeah. That may be their shtick. I don't know. Oh, Pam, you didn't get audio. Sorry. I don't know why. Everyone else is hearing me, I hope. Hopefully it's you, not me. Okay, well, that's all I have on my card. Do y'all have anything you want me to talk about? Let me look through the comments. I can't believe we've gone from sassy dressing to my fat old lady granny panties with the bacon shot waistbands to fresh. Y'all know way too much about my underwear as of today. Apologies for that. So, alrighty, and Sean, I'll look this up real quick and I'll post the tennis bracelet and post it in the comments so that you see which one it is. I think it was like $80. It wasn't very expensive. I have another one that is from Amazon that's a slightly smaller, and it's beautiful too, and I love it. So, do I have any big plans this weekend? Well, we were going to have to hunker down and do more studying and all that kind of stuff for Mason's private school applications and his audition for Booker T, but he's decided not to go to Booker T after all. And so we just got like one more essay to do. It is funny, though, because and I may go see Wakanda Forever. I really want to see that movie. I love the Black Panther movie. But I didn't realize, Claire was like, can we go to this place called Barnes and Noble? And I'm like, yeah, a bookstore? She's like, yes, a bookstore. I'm like, you've been to a bookstore before? She's like, no, I've not. And I'm like, you have too. You've been to Half Price Books. I know you've been to a bookstore. And she's like, well, that's not the same because Half Price Books is just, it's a bunch of used books and they don't have everything. Like, it's not like the selection. And I do get that. Half Price Books is one of those stores where they either have it or they don't. They don't have everything. And so she wants to go to Barnes and Noble. She had memorized this name like she was going on some sort of expedition. It's so funny. And yeah, Sandy, exactly. And but anyway, so that's what we're doing. We'll go to the one. The only one I know that exists in Dallas is the one across the street from North Park Mall. I assume it's still there. I couldn't tell you that I've been in forever. I like going and looking at like the coffee table books. I'll buy a coffee table book and slice the pages out of it and then frame them and stuff. I love doing that. Anne is saying it's the first time she and Kelly have watched and want to know how I lost the weight. So I did the Optavia diet to start, and I just needed to get a bunch of weight off to motivate me. I don't love the diet. Todd tried it for like a week and quit. It is paper that is pretending to taste like food that you eat every 2 hours. It's severe calorie deficit, like 900 calories a day. But the weight comes off super fast. And so I did that. And then I've switched to, my goal weight was 200. I'm now at like 196, 197. When I hit my goal weight of 200, I switched over to Weight Watchers. And so now I'm just tracking. Weight Watchers is much kinder. Also, the Optavia diet, again, it works. It's super expensive and it's very, very processed foods, a lot of aspartame, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, if I'm only doing this for a few months, because I only started it when did I start that diet? I started it was like 2 weeks after Black Tie dinner, which was at the beginning of October. So basically like 2.5 months, I lost 30 pounds. Let me tell you, bitch, though, you're not a bitch. Just that's what I say. I've never moisturized so much in my whole fucking life, though, because I did not want to be one of those people who loses a bunch of weight and then has the saggy skin. So I was like, I had the Olay with retinol. I had the Kiehl's. I have the multi-corrective. I have specific eye creams. I have like 3 different lotions. As I said yesterday or the day before, the first 30 minutes of me out of the shower and the last 30 minutes of me before bed, I look like a glazed donut. Just shiny, shiny. Don't want to put my head on a pillow or anything because I'm gonna leave oil marks on everything. But it's working. So thank you, Nick. How are you? So, alrighty. Well, that's all I have got today. And with that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watched this. Thank you so much. This is my daily therapy. As an external processor, that's how I get my thoughts out. So, take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. Do not should yourself to death. There's nothing that you need to do other than what you want to do. And I will see you Monday at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say? Talk to you later. Bye. Bye. Bye.